Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ITSnippets. I just thought I'd give you an update on why there's not really been that much content uploaded recently. Well, in fact, there's not been any content uploaded for a while. It's basically been a run of bad events, effectively. I had 15 videos recorded. Of those 15 videos, I had 5 which were already edited and basically ready to schedule. And the 8 terabytes of my QNAP NAS drive died. It just dropped the RAID, would not boot. I spent the next week trying to fix it myself, which I have done previously. Unfortunately, a lot of the websites that showed me how to do that, or had tutorials now to do that, seem to have disappeared. This may be deliberate because they were basically saying, look, these QNAP NASs are POSs, and this is what happens when they go wrong, and they will go wrong. However, having failed that and having lost 8 terabytes because the offsite backup I had, also the content on the NAS included a time machine backup for my Mac Mini, which runs as a server. And if you've ever had a look at an application that's packaged for the Mac, for example, something like say Photoshop or Adobe Creative Collection, whatever they're calling it before they went to cloud. When you're looking at something like that, it has thousands and thousands of tiny files, and backup programs every now and again just throw a fit. In my particular occasion, that's exactly what happened. So it'd get locked up trying to back up the time machine backup that was sitting on the NAS. So it never actually got to the main files I was trying to protect in the first place, which is a bit of an irony. However, my lesson was learned. I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, having tried for a week and not managed to recover any of the data, I contacted QNAP, and it turns out that the data itself wasn't there. The reason the NAS had failed to boot was that the boot partition was there, but the data partition wasn't. In fact, none of the additional 3 partitions apart from the boot partition were actually there. This has happened, as I say, once before. I really don't recommend QNAP NASs, at least not their kind of entry-level home office series. It really isn't worth it. So I was down 8 terabytes, and I'm like, right, that's fair enough. I'll be able to sort this out. I've lost the content. It's fine, and I'll be able to recreate it. But it wasn't quite that simple, because at the same time, my primary domain controller for my network, which had an SSD as its boot drive, also failed. So I had to rebuild my primary domain controller and everything that went with it, the Active Directory and all sorts. So having had my network down at that point, effectively, and it made me rethink what I was going to do in the future. So what I did is I put 12 terabytes of hard drive space inside that NAS. Sorry, not that NAS, inside my primary domain controller, which is actually running on a HP server. And I set that up as a storage pool in the meantime, which will give me NAS functionality without the RAID. At this precise moment in time, I've not set up a RAID, and I will purchase a second one and basically have them both running side by side. So one is a domain controller as a backup, and also as a backup of all the data that is on the drive pool, and some sort of cloud storage. I've been looking into the Amazon cloud for an alternative method of backing up. So by this point, I'd obviously lost a lot of time and a lot of videos that I'd already recorded. I've been trying to put some of them back together. I've also been trying other recording methods. I'm running a screen recording on my Ultrabook. The disadvantage to that is that it's only a 720p screen, which is still HD, and for screen recording should be fine, but I was initially trying to keep all my content 1080p. At this moment, I guess beggars can't be choosers, losing far too much content and still trying to keep this together. But something else to kind of take from this is that this isn't my day job. I'm still learning video editing. I'm still learning, you know, how videos should work when things go wrong. For example, I had a video recorded where the audio sounded like crap when I went to put it out. It really, really did. It was terrible. What I eventually ended up doing is I was like, right, okay, the audio's crap. Everybody tells me how great GarageBand is, so I'll throw in GarageBand, and it still sounded like crap. It really isn't set for. It could just be me being noob at it, I guess. But having looked up some tutorials, I really didn't see any reason or any way to actually make it sound better than it was. So I then had to rework on my mic setup. And it's a Blue Yeti mic I've got. It's not some low end webcam. And it turns out it was because I'd actually set it to a mode. I can't remember. I think it was cardioid mode, which is designed for voiceovers and such. And it was just picking up hissing. Whereas when I set it in stereo mode, which it's set at just now, it actually seems to pick up nice and clearly. So I have no idea. Again, that's something that I'll have to work on. And part of this learning curve. I've tested out some other video editing software as well. Looked in some alternatives. A new version of Power Director's out, which I'm hoping to download and try because I do quite like Power Director. The only reason I do the editing on my Mac at the moment is because obviously iMovie comes free. And for the majority of it, it actually gives me something to do. To try something new. Let's not say I might ditch either or I really don't know. Premiere seems to be the main thing, but as far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't rent software. So that kind of brings me all the way back to why there's been no new content. It's basically the first week was basically me being ill. I didn't get the video uploaded rather, and then after that, we now have a situation where I lost a lot of the content that I had created. I was trying to keep a 1 month buffer, and now I seem to be back in the swing of things. My kit seems to be playing correctly with me, so all being well, there shouldn't be any content droughts. But as I'm sure I've said before, this isn't my day job. This is just me doing something as a hobby. I'm not trying to be someone whose entire lifestyle is funded by YouTube ads. At this point in time, when recording this video, I have this solid number of 1 subscriber, so it's not at that stage, and not even close to that stage, for me to put vast amounts of time in it alongside everything else that I actually have to do, my 9 to 5, which basically funds this. So as I said, this was just an update to tell you why there wasn't new content, and just to let you know, I'm still intending on uploading some stuff. I've got a new video that will probably go up next week after this one, where I try to edit the main company website, and I try to do it live. And it's basically an example of how not to do this because it went wrong. And the stuff that went wrong was just out with my control. So, as you've probably guessed, this one wasn't scripted. It was just intended to be a quick update as I clocked it is now about 9 minutes. But I'm hoping more new content coming soon, more regularly. Probably be released every weekend, but I'm not going to tie it to a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And I hope you enjoy this video. And if you've got any, comments. If you've got any feedback at all about this video or any other videos, just let us know. But most of all, thank you for watching.